The strange disappearance, the Sodder children. On Christmas Eve 1945, a fire ravaged the home of the Sodder family in Fayetteville, West Virginia, leaving 5 children missing without a trace. The fire started around 1 a.m., and by the time the fire department arrived, the house had already been reduced to ashes. Despite the house being destroyed, the parents, George and Jenny Sodder, and 4 of their children were found safe outside. However, the 5 children, Martha, Morris, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were never found. The fire seemed to have claimed their lives, but there was no trace of their bodies. Strangely, there were no signs of bones or remains in the ashes, which would have been expected from a house fire of that magnitude. The Sodder family was left heartbroken, but as time passed, the details surrounding the disappearance of their children became more mysterious. The first clue came when George Sodder began investigating the fire. He discovered that the phone lines to their home had been cut just before the fire started. He also found that the local fire department had arrived too late to search the house thoroughly, and some claimed that the firemen didn't even attempt to enter the building until after it had burned to the ground. Another strange detail was the fact that the family S truck, which had been parked in the driveway, was still functioning after the fire. George, an experienced mechanic, believed that the truck had been tampered with. The most shocking discovery came when George found an unexplained piece of charred human bone in the debris, which did not match any of the family members. Despite searching for years, there were no further signs of the children. In fact, the Sodders received several bizarre reports of sightings of their children in other parts of the country, but no concrete evidence could be found. Some speculated that the children had been abducted, possibly by an enemy of the family or as part of a larger criminal plot. Others believed the children had survived the fire and were living under new identities, but the lack of concrete evidence made this theory seem unlikely. The most chilling theory, however, suggested that the fire itself had been deliberately set, possibly by someone attempting to cover up an even darker crime. For years, the Sodders sought answers, even putting up a billboard with their children's pictures and a reward for information. Despite numerous leads and investigations, the case of the missing Sodder children remains unsolved to this day. The question is, do you believe the Sodder children were victims of a tragic accident, or do you think there was a darker, more sinister force behind their disappearance? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more unsolved mysteries. What really happened to the Sodder children that Christmas Eve?